it's quite obvious that the fruits, for instance, I once calculated that actually a chimpanzee gets most of its energy from fiber.
Mm-hmm.
It turns fiber into fats, as we know, and feed on the fat. And actually, he gets more energy from the fat of the fiber than it gets from the sugar in the fruit. So one of the researchers, Wrangham, tried once to eat the fruits that chimpanzees eat. He just couldn't. It was too fibrous and really not that sweet. And these were supposedly ripe fruit.
Yeah.
So the fruit is completely different than what we have. Tubers, again, they were bred to have less toxins and less fiber. All the plants that contain carbohydrates had that. You can see that the fiber, removing the fiber, was the main task. Okay, that humans took. They did it with, of course, with the. This is why grains were so popular, because you can remove the fiber quite easily, mechanically, from the grains. So yeah, so that was the domestication, is the removal, is a one big enterprise to remove fiber.
Yeah.
And so, and then of course what you get is a big shot of sugar, when you eat it.
Yeah, that's a funny thing too,
for that behavior. So, and also in that case, you can go to ethnography and you can find, I don't know how many, but many examples of recent hunter-gatherers that say that we hunt for fat. We want fat animals. And in Australia, for instance, there are two evidence that I cite, I think, in the paper, or not in that paper, in another paper, that hunters, when they hunt a fatless animal, junca, they have even a name for animals without fat.
Mm-hmm.
They just leave it. They just don't consume. They just give it up. They go, leave it and go. So that's how important fat is. And when you think about it, if we are limited in the amount of protein that we can eat, and plants are very expensive to get energetically, so we are left with completing, if we don't eat plants, it's 65% of the calories from fat.
Yeah.
So that's what I think was the case in most of the Paleolithic, is that we ate about 60% of our calories, 50, 60, depends, from fat.
Yeah.